Say hi.
Hi.
Hey! This is my grandpa.
Hi.
Yeah. Hi, I'm Lindsay Nataki, pediatric speech-language pathologist, and I'm here today to help you figure out if your child between the ages of 3 years old and 5 years old is delayed in speech or language. And I'm going to give you some really easy tips that you can implement every day. If your child is turning 4, that would be his chronological age. But let's say he's only putting 2 words together, then he'd really only be functioning at the 2-year mark. So check out my last video and implement the tips that I listed there under the 2-year mark. And that way you can meet the child where he's at and then build up from there. Because if you start implementing some of the tips that I'm going to be saying in this video, in the 4 or 5 year range, and he's only functioning at the 2-year range, it's too big of a gap and you're going to lose him. So meet him where he's at and then build up from there. I'm going to be looking at 3 areas. Again, articulation, which is specific speech sounds, language, and there's receptive and expressive language, and then social pragmatics. So eye contact, body language, and appropriate use of language to navigate through social situations. Between ages 3 and 4, articulation-wise, they should be able to say M, N, B, P, D, T's, K, G's, W's, H's, and Y's, and F's. And they should be able to say them in the initial position of the word and the final position of the word. And that drastically impacts intelligibility. Receptive language-wise, and remember that means they don't have to say anything, they're just doing something to show that they understand language. They should start understanding some colors and shapes. So blue, green, red, and then some simple shapes, triangle, square, and circle. Expressive language-wise, and that's them using language now, they should be able to put 4 words together in a sentence. They should be able to tell stories. You put multiple sentences together to tell these stories. They should be able to answer simple who, what, and where questions. And they are starting to learn rhyming words. They start to use pronouns and plurals. So rhyming words, cat and hat. Pronouns, just I, me, we, you, and plurals. So they just put that S at the end of words. So socially, they will respond if you call them from another room. So if you call them from another room, they will hear you and start coming over. They should like to talk about their day. And they should love play dates. This is when, you start having kids over that are of similar age and just they start working on their social interactions. They should be asking when and how questions and also be able to identify some emotions. If they're happy or sad, or if someone's crying, then they'll say then they're sad. Some tips that you can do at home, you can take an old magazine and cut out some of the pictures. Start using categories. So cut out some of these pictures. Which one's a plant? Which one's food? What's orange? What's green? Cut out some of these pictures. Where are the animals? Glue the animals over here. Glue the vehicles over here. So really start working on the categories. Include them in your daily routines. So if you're washing the dishes and you have the little plastic kitty ones, you can give it to him to dry. If you're going to the grocery store, then ask him, where are the apples? Find the apples. Don't touch them. I'll follow you. Cooking food, you could say, I'm mixing. I'm putting some in. They should be able to watch you, maybe help mix under your supervision. Dress up and role play is so important here. So I'm the doctor, you're the patient, you're the teacher, I'm the student, and really following the directions of what we do naturally as adults now. They learn it at this stage. Ages 4 to 5 years old now, articulation-wise, MN, BP, DT, KG, F, WHYs, ch, sh, and j. So I will list that above. And again, they should be able to say these at the beginning and the end of the sounds of the words. Receptive language-wise, they should be able to follow some classroom instructions. So this is really getting ready for kindergarten and for school in general. So sit at the chair, draw a circle on your paper. They should know more letters, numbers, colors, and shapes. Expressive language-wise, they should be able to tell a story. They're starting to learn the first, then, and finally, or last, so sequencing. And now the sentences are getting longer, so they'll include multiple verbs, and then also some past tense verbs. And some of the past tense will be incorrect. So the irregular past tense, like go and went, they might say I goed to the store. That's okay. They still got the verb, and they put that ed at the end to signal that it was past tense. Socially, they're starting to have some best friends. They love play dates. They should be able to understand when they need to whisper and when they can use louder voices, so inside voices versus outside voice. They should respond to "what did you say?" and other simple questions. They should be able to respond, give you good eye contact, and formulate an answer. The lighting, the sun keeps coming out and then going behind clouds, so sorry if the lighting gets all crazy. What you can do to help: really work on the sequencing. So first we did this, then we did this, and last or finally we did that. You can recap the day with them, talk about opposites and rhyming again. A lot of language here. When it comes to categories, we could dive in a little bit deeper, so we can start teasing apart different items within a category. So a car is a vehicle, so is a bus. A bus is a vehicle too. And an airplane, but the airplane flies. So how are these the same and how are they different? Books are also great for this, and when you're reading books, you don't always have to go read the whole thing. You can kind of make up the words if you want. You can have your child read it to you or make up a story for you and then just talk about the pictures. How are these the same? How are they different? Let's say you're in a car and you're driving. You could play I Spy out the window. You could do categories out the windows too. How many vehicles do you see out there? I see a plane, I see a car. Acting out stories and plays and movies, really theater production is going to be good here. And this is just a great way for the kids to, again, learn through all of their senses. They're going to experience the language and then just be so much more efficient with their learning. If you're like a working parent and you don't have that much time to sit there and act it out, and let's say your grandparents are kind enough to help you with childcare, the role play and the dress up, it's really easy. They could just sit on a chair and the child will really adapt to them. They'll bring them the outfits to wear, and the child will pretty much tell you what to do. I also want to emphasize board games. Board games are great here. They're so important to learning rules, waiting, turn taking, how to lose, how to win. It's using language appropriately so that you don't ruin relationships. For daily activities, you can have your child help you plan out daily activities. We're going to go to the grocery store. What do you think we need today? And then you will write it. They'll tell you and you can write it down, and then you can create a list together, and then you guys can go. So that's all I have for you today. I hope this video was helpful. If you feel like your child is delayed at all, I highly recommend that you go seek professional advice, get an assessment. It can never hurt to get a professional's opinion. And regardless, go ahead and start implementing these tips right away. They're so easy and you will see such progress. So thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, hit the like button. Please subscribe and then hit that bell for notifications. Thanks. Bye.